And I don't go out the way I used to.
I don't watch TV. I feel like no one cares.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Beyonce. If you're not new here, I'm so glad that you are back. Today I want to talk to you about something essential, something I think everyone should develop, no matter what age you are, but especially as a young adult. This is going to be one of the very things that will help you change your life. But before we get into the video, I would just like to thank you for being here and I appreciate you listening. So without further ado, let's get right on into the video. When it comes to confidence, everyone says just fake it till you make it, which is true, but it could only last so long. What most people don't know is that having unconditional self-worth is the secret to confidence, but also achieving everything you've ever wanted. Can I ask you a question? Do you love yourself? If the answer is yes, let me ask you another question. Why are you still in that situation that you're in? Mind you, I didn't say any specific type of situation, just a situation. Maybe a relationship, maybe a job, maybe just life in general. Many times people do not believe they are worthy or deserving of anything better than the situation that they're in. That's why a lot of you guys are stuck in that situation, but guess what? You can change that. The definition of unconditional is not subject to any condition. The definition of unconditional love is affection without any limitations or love without conditions. And the definition of self-worth is the internal sense of being good enough or worthy of love and belonging from others. Self-worth can often be confused with self-esteem, which relies on external factors such as achievements, successes, etc. How many times, day after day, year after year, do you end up in the same place? And how many times do you give love to others and give it to them unconditionally, no matter how many times they've hurt you? But that's not the point of this video. This video is to give all of that to yourself. Anytime you try to do something and you fail at it, or you don't get the results that you want, you often result back into your old ways and start beating yourself up for why you can't accomplish anything. You don't believe you are worthy enough to have it, so you stop trying. If you truly believe that you are worthy enough of what it is you want, you wouldn't just give up like that. You would exhaust every last option you have until you achieve it. Same thing with who you allow into your life. Being friends with and dating people who don't value you. If you truly believed you were worthy, you would move on from those kinds of relationships and never settle for just anyone because you know your worth. True unconditional self-worth is when no matter what, you believe you are worthy. Let me clarify. No matter where you are in life, you are good enough. Regardless of how much money you have, regardless of what your credentials look like, regardless of whoever told you otherwise, you believe that you are worthy. And you believing that you are worthy regardless of where you are in life is what ultimately gets you the success you are looking for. Maybe you're unsure of your worth, and that's okay. I'm here to help. But first, I would like to tell you about two different times. One where I learned self-confidence and one where I learned self-worth. So back in the day when I was learning confidence, like in high school, I just used the fake it till you make it method. I told myself every day that I was pretty and skinny, and that was it. Just like different variations of it, but that was pretty much it. It worked though, because I was able to show confidence in the body that I had, and finally things had changed for me. I did actually end up pretty and skinny.
You look so skinny.
Oh my god, people keep saying that to me and I don't know why. I just ate a bag of chips.
Oh my god.
You look cute.
Well, eat another one.
It was cool, but did anything really change though? I still had terrible habits. I still hung around people who didn't align with me. I barely saved anything. I barely ate anything. I had no direction really. I slacked a lot. I wasn't really sure what I wanted of life.
Oh my gosh. What do I do?
I was at the clubs and the parties, up all night, ending up at random people's houses and hotels.
I tried to pay, he begged me to stay. Babe, I'm not staying, I just wanna play. In the party, he just wanna rock. Big booty Oops in the bus, they talk. She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her.
But hey, I was confident, you know, I was pretty, I was skinny, but it was kind of like a show. Now flash forward a couple years in a pandemic, my life is completely different now. I have healthy habits in place. I have a good system in place for myself. I know exactly what direction I'm going towards. I don't slack on things anymore. I have good people around me and I'm still meeting new people every day since moving away from my hometown. I fuel my body with food and good food. I work out to be sexy and healthy, not just sexy. And I don't go out the way I used to.
I don't watch TV. Like, no one cares. You don't get an award because you watch less TV.
I mean, I still go out, but I'm very cautious now. And at the end of the night, I'm gonna take my ass home, okay? I don't care how I get home, I'm going home. Because what else do I have a home for? Exactly. But the time in between, I was still learning and developing. I still had my bad habits and my share of bad relationships. But one thing I realized was up until that point, my life had sucked in the sense of like I was living on autopilot, letting outside factors determine my worth. That's crazy, right? I'm grateful for everything I have in this life, but I wasn't happy with how it was going at this time. Your life can sometimes be a representation of how much worth you truly think you have. At the time, everything I wanted was so out of reach because I didn't think I was good enough to have them, and that's why my life resulted in me getting exactly that. Nothing. I didn't think I was good enough, so did the universe. The universe was like, okay, bet. But today, I can still feel the major shift my life has taken. My habits are way better now. I am able to continue these habits because I ultimately believe that I'm worthy of the things I want to achieve. I ultimately had to unconditionally love myself enough to want better for myself.
Legally or illegally, we gonna get that money.
I would always do the most for others and never myself. And I never poured into myself the way I poured into others. And when someone wronged me or hurt me, I still remained good with them because I didn't think there was better out there for me. I didn't think there was better friends, better relationships, better opportunities, better anything. But there was.
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius.
I understand that, and I promise you, I hear everything you're saying.
This world is so abundant. There's so many beautiful things out there waiting for you. But it's up to you to believe that you are unconditionally worth those things. Let me clarify. No matter where you are in life, you are good enough. Regardless of how much money you have, regardless of what your credentials look like, regardless of who told you otherwise, you are worthy. It's always easier said than done, but either way, life is hard. So why wouldn't you pick the life where at least you get what you want in the end, right? Now, I don't want to talk your ears off, but after watching my limiting beliefs video and this video, together you're going to be able to stop your limiting beliefs and nurture your unconditional self-worth and just be able to live a nicer life and achieve the things you've always wanted to. I have another topic that actually ties into these two topics, so we'll discuss that another time. But I wanted to leave you with some tips on gaining and strengthening your unconditional self-worth. First things first is write a letter of identity. Write down who you dream of being. What is your dream identity? The dream person that you want to be. What does their life look like? What kind of boundaries do they have? What do their habits look like? What does their day look like? Once you write this down, this is your new story. Now implement those things into your life. Understand that you are worth being everything in that letter. Someone who doesn't believe they're worthy would create the letter, write down the goals, and then do these goals for like a week, then fall into their old habits that keep them comfortable because that's really what they think they're worth. Someone who believes they're worthy does the same, but they don't fall off because they know they're worth more than their old habits. In order to get where they want, they have to push through, even while being uncomfortable. Get to know yourself. You need to date yourself, and not in the like aesthetic way. Really fall in love with yourself and fall in love with the not so great parts about yourself. Change the things about yourself that no longer serve you. When you make a mistake, give yourself some love instead of talking down on yourself. When you fail at something, be the one to give yourself a pep talk. When you're feeling down, be the one to get yourself a tree or flowers. Just don't rely on other people to do that, and don't rely on other people doing those things to determine your worth.
It's all about you, girl. On your 16th birthday, we'll pay attention to you, girl.
Spoiler alert, no No one is coming to save you. No one decides your worth. No one decides if you're good enough. No one decides if you're not good enough. It's all you. You attract all these not so good people into your life, whether it's relationships or friendships or jobs or whatever, but you attract those into your life. You can decide to keep them in your life or kick them to the curb. But sometimes they're good for the moment, and then your time with them expires. And you were supposed to let them go, but you don't, because you don't believe there's better out there for you. And all your worth is this. You put yourself through hell trying to keep that person around, even though your time with them literally expired. When you've decided that you are worthy, the expiration date of your experience with someone never worries you, because you know eventually better will come along. This goes for everything, not just relationships. Dedicate a song or something to yourself. You need to always remind yourself that you are worthy and you've got your back. Unconditional self-worth is like a muscle. You have to keep exercising it. But one way to help is dedicating a song to yourself. It's super romantic to dedicate a song to somebody, but imagine how romantic it is when you do it for yourself. You are literally singing in words how much you adore yourself, and that can be pretty impactful sometimes when it comes to knowing your worth. Make yourself a playlist, build yourself a bear, I don't know. Just find something to dedicate to yourself. No one understands that life is hard, but you have a choice on how you live in the solidity. You can live on autopilot and let external factors determine your worth and just let life happen. Or you can stand up, make a conscious effort to shift your mind and let yourself determine your worth and believe that you're capable of anything in this abundant world.
Y'all be weak in the knees. Stand up. Stand up.
Every time you wake up, you get to make the choice. Choose wisely.
Me or her? Oh, bitch, I think they're calling you. What? Me or her?
I know we talked about so much in this video, but I need you to understand that you are the only one that determines your worth. And the only way to achieve anything is to undeniably, unconditionally know in your heart that you are 1000% worth it. That is all for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you listening all the way through. If you haven't already, check out my limiting beliefs video. And yeah, have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, whatever. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.